Hi, third graders. We're back doing some more language today. Last time we talked about synonyms, and I mentioned a reference tool called a thesaurus, right? Which if tells us here, that's what our page is about today, that a thesaurus is a book of synonyms. Like a dictionary, the entries are arranged in alphabetical order. Some thesauruses also include definitions. So we're at home right now. We don't have access to an actual thesaurus book, or you may or may not, I should say. We're not in the classroom. But all of us right now are having to do a lot of things digitally. So what you're going to need for this workbook page is that you're going to need some help from mom, dad, grandma, or grandpa, whoever is helping you with your work today, is that you'll need to get on a device. You'll need to get online and find a thesaurus. So I'm going to put my phone over here. So what I did is I just got on the Merriam-Webster.com website and I clicked on thesaurus, and then they have a section where you're just going to type in your word and search it, and then we're going to fill in these sentences with some synonyms. I want you to at least to do a few of them. I don't think that you need to do it for all of them because you actually already know some of these. But if you would, there's 10. If you could at least look up 2 and use one of the words from the thesaurus, that would be great, just so I know that you know how to use it. So when we look up the word shut in the thesaurus, here, it tells us we've got the verb, right? And it gives us some of the synonyms, and it'll also give us the antonyms. So here, it tells us the definition too, also, to make sure that it's the right form. And then they give us some choices for synonyms. All right, so you look there and decide what you want to do. Here it says, please shut the front door. All right, what word would we use there? Right here, right? We would use, take that out so I can write here. Please, not shut, but we could say, please close the front door. All right. Number 2, Mrs. Lopez is a joyful lady. Again, look up the word joyful. We even know this, many of you. Can you think of another word that we could use in place of joyful? Well, Mrs. Lopez is a happy, right? That's another adjective. She's a happy lady. Hope maybe you found another one. I wish we were in class. We could share these together. If you found a better one, you use that. Number 3, Grandpa told us a tale about when he was a young boy. Okay. What's another word for a tale? Used here, T-A-L-E. It's talking about a story, right? Grandpa told us a story about when he was a young boy. The ground was still damp. What's another word for damp? Think of it as something that's slightly wet, right? Again, I'm sure some of you maybe found something a little more descriptive, maybe a better one. And yeah, that's just word choice. You get to choose which one you use. Jesus gives us joy, so we do not have to be unhappy. Okay, lots of words that we could use in place of unhappy. Obviously, the first one we think of is sad, right? Gloomy. Let's go on to number 6. Chloe's horse leaped over the fence. Okay, you may have said jumped, right? Jumped over the fence, something like that. Again, your answer might be a little different depending upon which word you chose when you looked it up. And that's okay. I would expect that. So if it makes sense and it's a word you looked it up, that you already looked up, you use your word. Number 7, Moses was a very meek man. What might you find? So we'll look it up. Meek. What does Merriam-Webster say for meek? I type that in real quick. Try to be faster. Meek is an adjective, not having or showing any feelings of superiority, self-assertiveness, or showiness. So a synonym might be demure, humble, lowly, modest, unassuming, unpretentious. Most of you have heard the word humble before, right? So why don't we use that one, because that would be one. But again, if you wanted to choose one of the other ones, you wanted to say he was very demure or unassuming, down to earth, modest, that would be okay too. Number 8, David was courageous in battle. What's another word for courageous? He was what? Brave? Something like that? I can hear, I guess I miss hearing you guys call out your great answers and responses. I'm sure we'd have a lot of good ones for that one as well. Number 9, the paint on your new bike is bright. What might be a good one for that one? Several come to mind. Let's see what Merriam-Webster says for this. Maybe you haven't thought about paint being bright. Typically, we like to describe the color, but what might be good for bright? Okay, so we look it up. Bright, right? The idea of giving off or reflecting much light. The moon is bright tonight. So some synonyms: beaming, bedazzling, brilliant, clear, dazzling, glowing, lucent. Some of these you've maybe never heard. Shiny, lustrous, radiant, splendid. Okay, so we'll choose one of those. Let's see. The paint on your new bike is, dazzling, right? I'm going to put dazzling. Why not? But maybe you would choose a brilliant or, I don't know, shiny. I'll put that one down. Shiny, if someone wanted to do that one. That would be another choice. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of how a thesaurus works. You don't want to use the same words over and over again. It gets really boring. We could hear the loud band coming down the street. What's another word for loud, right? Oh, my house is noisy. It's loud here a lot. Noisy comes to mind, right? Maybe you could think of a different one there. I wish I could hear your questions right now. Obviously, if you're still not sure about how this works, feel free to reach out, contact me, and I'll be glad to give me a call. We could talk about these, and I'm sure your parents wouldn't mind helping you a little bit with the thesaurus. It's kind of a fun tool. All right, I look forward to our next time together. We can do a little more language, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.